It's a fact. We're ready for them. We give them an opportunity to be our brothers. But if they want to be balling cliques at the expense of the harmony and peace in our community, they will have to be destroyed. There's no question about it. If they will bring the Romans and the Europeans and the Euro Gentiles and the Tamahus into our communities to put our communities in harmony and jeopardy where we are building a nation, we will have to destroy them and the devil simultaneously.
Right.
Simultaneously, because the peace in our community is that significant and that important. That's a fact. Now, I don't believe that everything that people that are doing under the auspices of gangs is wrong. I believe there's some revolutionary resistance inside of the gangs. Do I attribute that to the gangbanging mentality? No. Just as much as somebody who goes to jail and is conscious while they're in jail. I don't contribute that to jail. So my point is why there's a revolutionary element in it, and why we're not so quick to judge our brothers and sisters like the Christians. We don't support the gangbanging mentality of no sorts. Crips, Bloods, Disciples, whatever. It's a fact. And if they come at us, we're not coming at you as a gang. We're coming at you as a man. You know what I'm making? It's not a gang war. It's a nation clarification war. If I want to make it, it's a fact. So that madness has to stop and cease. And it is not our youth. I got to clarify this. Gangbanging is not the way of the youth. It is the way of some elder people who is exploiting these positions over the youth. It's a fact. It is not the youth. Been out there in the streets, seen it. Been in the gangs, know about it. It is not the youth culture. It is profitable that they act that way for the fat rat elders. You understand what I'm making? Who come up off of the behavior with limited liability at the expendability of the youth. Y'all follow me with that?
Yeah.
The youth are expendable. While they don't go to jail, don't go to court, don't have to do nothing, because the youth, they orchestrate the youth in the street to act out this tradition of mayhem. It is not the way of the youth. The youth have no monopoly. Just as much as the school system raise up scholars to go to college, the elders in the streets raise up gangbangers. It's a fact. Street culture produce street people. Institutionalized white supremacy culture create institutionalized people, and black nationalists creates black nationalist people. It's a fact. And it's a war between those different, the agendas of those different institutions to take suzerainty in the agenda that they have over the people. Ain't that deep? It's a war of interplay of all of them. In our community, in nation building, that has a change. But while we don't support the gang, we have no war. I mean, we have nothing against gangs. We have no war against gangs. Because we don't give them that power. We see people. They come as a gang. They will be dealt with as they are. Y'all follow what I'm saying? We're not gangbusters. Where the gang's at? You're a gangbanger? We're not on that. We see nothing but people. I don't even see Christians and Muslims. I don't see these different categorizations of people. I see our people. Now, if they stuck in these boxes of how we have to deal with them, we can't help from dealing with them how they present themselves. But we're not giving them that. We're giving them the chance, all of them, to be our brothers and our sisters. until they show us something different. We won't assume anything else. No matter how many tattoos they got, no matter which way they wear their hat, or how low they sag their pants, we could care less. That's for the white man in the churches. You feel me? Until they show us something else other than that they are our brothers. And that they're open to positive change in our community, we will not assume anything else. And we will not strategize any war against them. We will move along doing the work that we have to do. You follow me? But at the moment, something else is presented to us. We will be momentarians in that moment. It's a fact. It's a fact. And the devotion in our work clarifies what the work is. You can't say you're on this, you're doing this, but you're doing something else. The devotion itself defines the work. And when you're really devoted, you know how people can play with what the real work really is. You follow what I'm saying? If you wasn't devoted, it wouldn't matter. Hey, nobody's doing nothing real. So it's nobody to call out. But if you're doing the real work, you know what it looks like. Just what I issue with people in the temple. When we're doing work and manifesting it, we know who's not. We know who's talking and who's not doing nothing. And the quicker we identify them, the more productive we will become as a whole. That's a fact. The intensity and the determination is not in everybody here all the time. But many people talk as though that's where they're at. You feel me? But we know from doing the work itself who's actually doing it. No conversation needed. It's clear. Same way in our communities. You got people talking about, I'm trying to do this, I'm putting this together, I'm about to do this, and we know for a fact that nigga's going to the liquor store right after we get through talking. And after he do that, he going to go home and watch the game. It's a fact. And when he get through with that, he going to call a few of his homies up and roll up some blunts and play PlayStation. And when he get through with that, what is he going to do after that? And it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But if you talk to them, they have an eloquent presentation about how organized and influential they are in the community. And I say, either I don't understand what organization and influence is, or your ass is way off, man. Maybe it's something I don't know about, how you playing that damn PlayStation that's waking the people up. I'm not deep enough. When you move the motherfucker in the game, you actually moving people in the real world. You follow me with that? I'm not deep. When I get there, I'll be there. But right now, I can't put it together. I try. So my point is, a lot of people out there in these different groups that are just fronts, like they're doing something positive. But in reality, they're not. If you followed them and saw what they do, you know what I'm saying, within a 24-hour period, the most powerful thing that they did was have a conversation with you. It's a fact. And we have to be honest and not get diluted. Because even though this is Chicago, we talk just as much as they do in New York. There's a lot of talking here too. Realistically, on a doing level, people are out there talking. They have the gift of gab and they write a lot of non-for-profit money off of that type of a conversation. I think we really do have to Jesus with them. When it comes to nation building, we ain't got nothing to say. That's not our constant mindset. And just to talk about nation building here, I want to talk about the level of militancy that we have here in the space daily. We got to turn up our level of militancy and not let circumstances make us react militantly. Right. We have to be consistently militant in all of our practices and our devotion to what's happening in the temple. We have to really be that on point every moment. Because if you're on that point, if you that secure in every moment, then there's no moment where you have to become militant. Because you're already there. So you don't waste your energy trying to accelerate yourself to some place you should have already been. If we know we're on nation building, we know the challenges that lie ahead. We should already be at a certain level of preparedness in our stature and in our consciousness. It's a fact. So that means we're really not walking around here gackling. Literally. We're really moving with a certain level of sincerity about ourselves and what there is for us to do, and taking nation building seriously. Because a lot of times, you got people that can kick it on anything. They can kick it in anything. You follow me?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're just kicking it in it. They're not serious about it.
Right.
They're not approaching it with that type of sacred respect for it. Nation building had to be approached as if you was a true Catholic going up in a Catholic church.
Yes, sir.
The level of piety and reverence has to be here. Because that's how important that it is. And that's the spirituality. Not us going chant Om. Y'all hear me? Not getting no tattooed across our entire rib cage. But the type of sacredness and reverence that you have for each moment in this space. That consciousness, that's your spirituality. Because if you go and look at somebody's spiritual system, any functional one, within their system is the maintenance of a community.